All right, we've got head coach Mark Campbell here following tonight's win over Baylor. We'll let coach share an opening statement and then take any questions you guys have in the room.
Well, first of all, just what an incredible stage environment with how, the league played out. For us to have a nationally televised game, the top two teams tied in a winner-take-all 40-minute battle against your rival, that's as good as it gets. That's what March is about. That's what March Madness is about. And obviously, the game was physical. It turned out first team to 51. And these are two high-scoring offenses, but just the effort that these players gave today, the heart and passion that both teams played with, there was a lot on the line. And you guys, this is our first Big 12 title in school history. And so this group is so special and everything that they've accomplished. There has been so many times post-game when I get to come in here and, it's the first time we've done this and it's the first time we've done that. Well, this tops all of them. You guys, to win a league title for TCU and to bring that trophy home, it's a little surreal, to be honest. And so I am so proud of this group. And before we went out there, our whole motto was, at the end of the day, in this kind of game, toughest team's going to win. And today, the toughest team won.
Mark, obviously you want to enjoy this. How long do you let them enjoy it before you have to start looking forward? Because like you said, it is March Madness.
Oh, we enjoy this sucker. Are you kidding? This is league titles, you guys, are so stinking hard to win because it's so long. It's a 3-month journey, 2 games a week. And there's so many things that can go sideways that you have no control over during that process. So these are one of those things you truly enjoy for a day or two. And thankfully, we don't play till Friday. We'll head to Kansas City on Wednesday. But this moment, you guys, this is historic, for our program. And when you know the depths of where we've come from, you truly understand the significance of this. Inherit a 1-17 program, hold open tryouts a year ago because you can't field a team, to go in 28-3 and winning an outright conference title. We're going to enjoy this. We'll start tonight, and these kids are going to enjoy it for the next couple days.
Mark, congratulations on the regular season title. You guys are known as one of the best offensive teams in the country, but what do you think it just says about this team, just holding a team like Baylor to 27% shooting on their home floor?
Yeah, it's been neat. And I love that we can really score. I love that we can really shoot the ball. But I think our defense all year has been really, really good and really sound. Against West Virginia, it was a similar deal. They had a hard time getting to 50. Baylor had a hard time getting to 50. And so it's been neat to watch the evolution of this group and this unit get really good defensively. Obviously, we got the best shot blocker in the country back there, so that helps clean up a lot of mistakes. But there's just a lot of length out there. And Hailey's a pit bull on defense and can hold her own. And so as a unit, we've become really good. And then on the glass, you got to finish these possessions, and we're a really good rebounded team. So I think it shows we can win those games when they're a shootout. In a March, you got to also be able to win those games when they're first team to 50. And I think we've proven we can do both.
Coach, congratulations. You've talked about total team effort all season, and Hailey and Sedona really carried you guys early, but it was Agnes and Taylor and Donovan hitting big shots late. What does that do for your confidence as you head into the postseason?
I should have started this before, when we just talk about a turnaround, but you talk about those kids. But you guys, just as a person of faith, how each one of these kids has ended up on our roster at TCU. Even as we talk about how far we've come from last year or this year, the Lord has been working miracles over this last 2 years. And Donovan and Bigby, Agnes, all these unique storylines. Hailey, Sedona, Madison get all, and rightfully so, all the headlines. But it's incredible how this puzzle has truly come together and how they complement each other on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball. And you guys, it's easy to forget when you're 28-3. Half our team's new, and they're going through this journey together for the first time. When you watch them play, you wouldn't know that. But truly, the Lord has connected the dots and brought this special group together. And it's been a magical ride. But those kids stepped up big. Bigby's 3 was a dagger that she hit. And Agnes in that fourth quarter also hit a monster one. But we can really shoot the ball, and that's what makes us hard to defend.
Congratulations on the title, Coach. I saw during the celebration, Hailey kind of snuck away and gave you a hug. Just talk about what that moment meant to you, what she's meant to this team, and just what it was like to celebrate out there on that court with everyone. Yeah,
Hailey, you guys, my best analogy is, or at least one that I like to share, it's, on a dog sled team, you need a lead dog that everybody follows, and there's only one. And you got to find that one. And Hailey's, she's our lead dog. She has this just warrior spirit, while she has a humble spirit at the same time. And the team follows her and they love her. And she's this incredible leader, has an incredible work ethic. But we go as Hailey goes. And so the relationship that we've got to have over this 9 months, you guys, it's been really, really special. And to accomplish something like this, when I recruited Hailey, we talked about me and you are going to be attached at the hip. And at the end of the day, she gets 9 months to try to make this work and to learn a system. And so it was really special for her to come find me and give her a hug. But we've been on this journey together, and I've known that kid since she was, 15 years old. And so, again, it comes back to just the Lord connecting dots. 5 years later, I get to coach this kid, and everything she's been through. For her to lead us to a 28-3 record, after everything she's been through in her college career, I am so happy and proud of her. There's nobody that deserves it more than Hailey Van Lith.
Coach, congratulations. Last season was the start of the injuries on this very same floor. How surreal is it in a full circle moment just a year later to win the Big 12 championship on the same floor?
Man, there's a lot of things. You hit on it, and my wife's over here and my daughter. So Sedona broke her finger here, and that started all the injury bug and the open tryouts and all that. And all last year, my wife kept saying, and I didn't totally, understand it, but on her heart, she kept telling me the Lord's setting the stage. And she said that once the injuries happened, that was her theme. She just said, keep going, the Lord's setting the stage. Come and find out, she was doggone right. And so this was a really special moment for Sedona to come full circle. And ultimately, you guys, as a program, Baylor's been the powerhouse, the juggernaut in our league for a long time. And they have an incredible coaching staff, coach and players. And so to beat them in this environment for this kind of game, it just shows you that our program's arrived at the highest level in college basketball. And so this win carries a lot of significance for many reasons.
Mark, congratulations. I know Xavi had the scout tonight. He's a guy that's been by your side for 11 years now. How meaningful was it not only to win this type of game in this environment, but to win it alongside him?
Man, Xavi, he's had Baylor scout twice. And you guys know the deal. Xavi has been with me 11 years, and we've been in a lot of battles together over those years. And there's a reason he gets the biggest scouts, and there's a reason he had Baylor. And so that's my brother. He had these guys nailed. And I think you could tell by the defensive effort both times. We've been nails. This time was elite, though. This time our kids were so dialed in. They were ready for this moment, you guys. And that's another thing we talked about is understanding the moment and what's at stake, and we got to seize it. And one of the benefits of being as old as we are is these kids understand that. Chavi understands it. Our staff understands it. So I'm happy for Chavi. I'm happy for our team. This is as big a win as I've got to be a part of in my career.
And then you mentioned her already a little bit, but Sedona gave you 16 points and 19 rebounds tonight. Just talk about her performance on the floor.
Sedona's incredible. She played 38 minutes to have 16 points, 19 rebounds. I thought she laid a foundation early on to give everybody a comfort with those shots that she was hitting. She was picking and popping. Sedona can shoot 15, 17-footers all day. That's what she would prefer to do if I let her the whole time. And so she was so calm. But to watch her and Van Lith battle, I mean, that's two of the best centers in the country going at each other. And Sedona got 19 rebounds. And they did a heck of a job defensively, you guys. They were trapping our ball screens. They did a great job rotating on the backside, and we really had nothing easy. The only thing we kind of got in a rhythm was Sedona hitting those shots. But Sedona, you guys, I've known her for 6 years. Just been really neat to see her growth and development. She delivered a big-time performance today, and just so happy for her.
After the K-State game, Hailey was talking about like embracing the environment like tonight, and they still had time to cultivate trust. It seems like you guys have.
You nailed it. You should hear Hailey in the timeouts, leading the group and talking about what you just said. But there's the journey of a season. These kids, you got to go into these wars, these battles. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you don't. But the Kansas State game was eerily similar to this in regards to the environment, the crowd, the energy, the level of opponent, their scheme of trying to speed us up, trap the on balls, all of it. It was, and so we weren't ready for the moment quite yet at Kansas State. But that experience allowed us to grow in our trust. Hailey comes in and watches film with me every week, and we get to study it. And it's taken Hailey a while, if people want to trap her, to play off of that and get rid of the ball and let us attack on the backside. And she did that without flinching today. And trusted her teammates. And so this team right now, you guys, it's incredible to see how tight they are as a unit. Right now, they're hard to kill. They really are. And we didn't play great. We didn't play pretty, but we found a way.
You've got an outright Big 12 championship. You've got wins over the two best teams in the ACC who are both ranked in the top 10. Do you have anything to prove going into the Big 12 tournament, or are you guys kind of getting ready for what's next?
I mean, that's a great question. There's a committee out there that studies you all season, but our body of work, I mean, that's 31 games now. We're 28-3. This group hasn't had a bad loss, which is really hard to do in college athletics. They haven't. South Carolina on a neutral court and Kansas State and Oklahoma State on the road, which are two great teams. And so I think the body work speaks for itself that this team's one of the best teams in college basketball. And so now you get to go and compete in Kansas City and see if you can get another championship, another title. And this group's hungry. They have a chip on their shoulder. They've had a chip on their shoulder all season. I think it's what makes this group really special, and it's part of the journey of how we've assembled them. But we're going to go there and see if we can cut the nets down there and take it one game at a time. But you guys, this league is so doggone good, and it's one and done. You win, you stay, you lose, you go home. But I think our body of work speaks for itself in regards to the seeding and the NCAA tournament and all that. Great question.
Anything else for Coach? All right.
Thank you, guys.
We'll let Coach Collins come in since they've got a senior banquet to get.
Just how does it feel?
It feels awesome. I think not a lot of people understand how hard it is to win a regular season championship. That means that you have to dominate consistently over the course of a league season. So that just says a lot about us and the level that we've been able to play at, and it's been a battle. And to win it on a game like that where we just had to grit it out and be tough and mentally overcome things, I think, that's the perfect way. You wouldn't have it any other way.
Sedona, can you talk about just the involvement of this team from last year on this court where you broke your finger and then other things happened to where you guys are right now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was kind of the start of really the downfall of our season last year, and it was so heartbreaking. And it started here. That bus ride from Waco back to Fort Worth was really, really rough. And so we knew coming in here, we've worked, built our team back up, recovered, and got some new amazing pieces in. And it's just an entirely different team, right? And so coming in here, there were nerves, but we knew that, we could handle business and get it done. And so really, really cool that, it happened to be here, the last conference game of the season. And yeah, it's just very, very special.
This is for all three of you. Baylor's coach was just in here talking about how impressive of a team you are, and specifically the role players on your team like Agnes and Taylor and Dono. And just, can you guys give some praise to the folks that aren't on the podium right now who have worked so hard all year?
Yeah. Oh, to one them.
You were the only one that said
Oh, it echoed. I thought you said it at the same time. I think that they kind of make us the team that we are, to be honest. I mean, everybody kind of throws different things at me and Hailey and Sedona, but at the end of the day, you have to have a whole team, and they come off the bench regardless if they're starting or they're not starting. They come in with the mindset of they want to do whatever it takes to win the game. So I think those are the most important players, to be honest, on teams, and some teams don't have those. I mean, it's kind of difficult when you're not the main scoring threat at all times. Sometimes that kind of messes with people and they're not really happy, but I think our team is so happy to do that, and I think that's why we have so much success, and they do it day in and day out. So yeah, they mean everything to this team.
Yeah.
So, Donna, you've been money from like that 15 to 20 footer. How much work did you kind of put into that craft, and how rewarding is it to see like all that hard work pay off in a game like this?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, that's kind of been my go-to for years since I was at Oregon. I was put into a passing position when I was at Oregon. That was my role. To be at the high post, pass it to Niar Sabali down low, and if I was open, get that shot. And so I worked on it. I've been working on it for years, 5 years now. And so it's really, really cool that it's become a big part of my game. And when I came to TCU, my goal was to work, my low post game, back to the basket and getting it down low and making easy buckets around the rim and passing it out from there. And so really cool. It's my favorite kind of, way to play is to get those shots. And it's been a comfort for me for so long. And so if they're giving it to me, it's just something that is very, very fun.
Madison or Hailey, whoever wants to take it, or both of you, obviously this is something you want to celebrate, something you get to celebrate, but how long do you let it celebrate before putting your focus on really what March Madness really is all about? And I know you guys want to do a lot more than just win a Big 12 title.
Yeah, I mean, we leave on Wednesday to go to the Big 12 tournament, so I think we celebrate this tonight. Obviously, we've worked so hard this whole season for this moment, but not only for this moment, for March, and it's here, so this is just a start. But yeah, we definitely celebrated a little bit, but in the back of our mind, like, we know that we have to move on to whoever we have in the tournament, and yeah.
Yeah, I think our team has done a great job of that all year, though. Every time we have a great game, we play really well. We beat a really good team. I think we do a good job of showing up the next game and having focus. So, you get the night. We're gonna celebrate tonight, but when we wake up in the morning tomorrow, it's the next team up, and I trust us, and I think we're very mature and we're able to handle that.
You guys have talked about the atmosphere that was there. Just talk about what it was like playing that atmosphere. Couldn't really hear a lot. Just what was going through your guys' mind throughout the game, knowing everything that was riding on the line this game?
I think, obviously, it was loud, but we have been prepped for this moment, and all the experiences and games that we've struggled with and environments that we've had to play in leading up to this, it really prepared us for this moment. Like, I thought we did a great job navigating the crowd and the refs and the calls and whatever, we couldn't hear each other. I thought we handled it really well. And so I'm proud of our growth there. And obviously it was super loud, but we were able to communicate. We stayed poised. We executed when we need to execute. So very proud of us there.
You and Baylor are both really high-scoring offenses, so of course tonight turned into a defensive battle. Just talk about how proud you are of being able to go out in this environment and win a game like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming into their arena last game of the season. They were, 9-game win streak. They were rolling, we were rolling. So it was a head-to-head full two-train collision there. We knew what it was going to be. It was very physical. It was very intense. It's everything you want a game like this to be. And, I thought we did a great job of embracing it instead of shying away. And, I think if it has to be, defense isn't normally what people think of when they think of TCU, but I think this game we showed that if it comes down to that, we're able to be tough enough to handle that.
Speaking of embracing it, Hailey, after the K-State game, you talked about embracing the environment and having time to cultivate trust, and it seems like you guys have done that.
Yeah, I mean, I think crowds and whatever it may be, it's the game is so mental, and all of us that are on the team, we've learned each other and we've learned what we need to be supported. And I feel supported by my team. I know they have my back. When I'm going into a game like that, and I know they're going to double me. I know they're going to be physical with me. I know these two have my back, and I know everybody else on that bench has my back. And I think going through games like K-State, and of course, like, we hate to lose, and it's something that you don't want to have to go through, but we had to go through that to know, okay, in this type of environment, this is what I need to do for Maddie to make sure that she feels confident in her game. This is what I need to do for Sedona, and they do the same for me. So I think we've done a great job at encouraging each other, and ultimately today we were able to, pull out a win at their gym.
I asked Coach Campbell a similar question, but as you guys head to Kansas City for the Big 12 tournament with wins over top 10 teams with an outright Big 12 championship, do you feel like you have anything left to prove, or do you think your resume can speak for itself at this point?
I think we always kind of have something to prove in the back of our head. I mean, we're doing something for the first of TCU every time we do something. So, yes, this is great. And I think our team is so unique. Like, all of us are new here. So I think we're a unique group. Like, none of us have really been here for a long time. So I think we have goals set for this team in and of itself. And I think that we kind of just want to prove everybody wrong regardless. I mean, this is a great thing to have under our belt. But at the end of the day, in March, it doesn't matter what you have on your resume. You have to win a game or you're going home. So, yeah, we definitely have some stuff to still prove.
Any final thoughts?
It's all right, thank you.
All right, see you in Missouri in 72 hours.
Thanks.
We don't get it on Friday. We leave tonight. No,
No school.
I know.
Thank you.
Now I have to take a day off, though.
Sedona.